Hello friends, welcome to Video Evolution in the world of videos. Today I am going to start with a summary of a novel named Diary of a Young Girl for the month July and the year 1943. So let's begin. On July 11, Anne wrote that she was trying to be good so that she would not receive any criticism, but it was very difficult for her to change. She often becomes the original Anne. Anne continues to write that she had to drop her shorthand course due to her weak eyesight. There was a need to consult an ophthalmologist, but to leave the annex was very dangerous. People in the annex were only stick to reading, studying and listening to radio. On July 13, she wrote that with the permission of her father, Anne asked Dussel if she could use the table twice a week in the afternoon between 4 o'clock till 5:30. Though it was a genuine request, still Dr. Dussel refused. Anne further asked him the reason of his disagreement. He told her that he also had to work on the table. Moreover, he accused Anne of never working seriously. Anne got very angry and went out of the room. Her father advised her to wait till the next day, but she was boiling. She went to Dussel and told him that the room was not only for him. She told that he could use the table in the morning and she in the afternoon, as she wanted to focus on her studies. But he was strong-willed and told that he would ask Mr. Van Daan to build a compartment for him. To make her more angry, he also tells that he would have said yes to Margot if she had come to him with the same request. Finally, he got ready to accommodate because he did not want it to be blamed if she did not do well in her exams. Anne was furious. She wanted to punch him so hard that he would fly. Later, Anne's father talked to Dussel on the issue, and Dussel agreed so that no one thinks bad about him, but he was also angry with Anne at the same time. They both remained as such for some time. On July 16th, Anne wrote about another incident. Peter went to the warehouse in the morning and found both street and warehouse doors open. Peter and Pim went upstairs. In such situations, they were ordered not to run any water. Mr. Kleeman informed them that thief had taken the place. The burglars had stolen 2 cash boxes, blank checkbooks and worst of all, coupons for 330 pounds of sugar. Mr. Kugler thinks that they were the same burglars who tried the previous time. They were lucky as the typewriters and money were safe. She wrote that North Amsterdam was going through heavy destruction. Dead bodies were lying everywhere. The hospitals were crowded with wounded people. On July 23rd, Anne wrote about the designs of all the annex residents when they were allowed to go out. Margot and Mr. Van Daan wished to have a proper hot bath. Mrs. Van Daan wanted to eat a cake. Dussel wanted to see his Charlotte. Anne's mother wanted coffee and Anne did not know where to begin. In the next entry, she wrote about a very stressful experience. They heard a warning siren in the afternoon. They noticed that the bombs were coming down. In some time, the columns of smoke rose above the harbor. In night also, air bombs were heard. A wonderful news arrived the next morning. Mussolini had resigned and King of Italy had taken over the government. This news awakened the hope for peace. Anne's comment on a book created some argument between Dr. Dussel, Mrs. Van Daan and her. Mr. Dussel shouted that Anne was very immature and Mrs. Van Daan also spoke that Anne knew about those things which were not suitable for her. She spoke that Anne should improve her behavior or else she will not get any companion. All these arguments were made just to set an argument between her parents. But she kept quiet. She and her mother knew that Mrs. Van Daan was cunning and selfish. They considered her too selfish to waste words over. Anne still kept trying to improve herself. Thank you. For more videos, please subscribe and share the video as much as possible.
PAP.